Hey golfers, Jack Spencer here. Haven't made a video for a little while, but here we are well into the golf season in the Northeast. Hopefully your game's doing well and you don't need to watch this, but if you do, if you're having some issues, maybe it'll help. First thing I wanted to talk about was how you take the club away from the ball. This is all about square club face. This video is all about square club face. So a lot of people whip it back a little to the inside. The back of their left hand goes kind of towards the sky, and that's setting you up for a problem. Because when you come into this ball, if you come into it from the inside like this, it's going to be a couple degrees open at impact. The ball's going to start right and it's going to go much further right. It's going to be the push fade. If you do this and you come over it, which is pretty normal, from this position here to this position is more natural. So if you come out and you come over it like that, that ball's gonna probably start to the left center of the fairway, maybe the left rough, and it's gonna slice horribly to the right. So when you take the club back, you want to make sure that the back of this left hand is facing in front of you. And you might look at that and say, well, that's a closed club face. It really isn't. The toe of that club's right around 1030 or so where it belongs. And it's going to do that, you're not going to want to have a tendency to whip it like way to the inside. You're going to be a little bit more upright in your backswing. And when you come into it, this is what's going to happen. Your hands are going to be ahead of the ball, and the face will be square. It's just a little keynote how initiating your backswing can help formulate a much better golf shot. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is if you do happen to be out on the course or even at the driving range and balls, you know, some of them are good, some of them aren't, and you're pretty unhappy with the consistency. One of the first things you should check, and especially if you're on the course, because you don't want to make a bunch of big changes while you're playing. You shouldn't really have to make any, but you know, you don't want to start thinking about, well, I'm going to change my pressure, I'm going to change my grip, I'm going to watch where my elbow position is. Just think about putting this club face into the back and through that ball in a square manner. If I gave you a nail and asked you to drive it into a board, you wouldn't think about technique. You would think about how can I most efficiently and forcefully and squarely, most importantly, drive that nail into the board. And if you do that, then you're probably going to have to be, your body's going to react. And it's going to want to work to try to accomplish your goal of the square club face. So it's like, you're probably, you can't strike it with a square club face if you're coming that way. You can't strike it with a square club face if you're wide open like that. You can't strike it with a clip if you rotate horribly. The only way to really do that is to, strike down and through it. That's the other thing. Like you're probably, if you want to hit it with a square club face, you're probably not going to be like square here and then come flipping it over to the inside. You're probably gonna kind of drive that right side down the target line. So, hope this helps, and I'll see you next time.